Welcome to Joy for Dummies. I am Catherine. I'm the author, the creator, and the speaker for this website and now these videos. Joy for Dummies are fast, easy ways to learn, fast ways to feel better immediately. Some of them can be done in just a few seconds and feel better. Some can be meditations that last longer. This is my third video. Welcome. And so I'm still new at this, and I've done one on a joy meditation and also laughing for 1 minute. Today is about walking backwards. Why would you ever want to walk backwards? Well, it's very common here in China. I've been an ESL teacher here for 8 years. It's been some of the best 8 years of my life, and I came here for 1 year to heal. I had physical problems and emotional problems. I was very depressed to the point I couldn't work. So I came thinking I would stay 1 year, and I loved it so much, I stayed for 8. But more than that, from the moment China came into my life, I immediately was no longer depressed. I've realized that depression is being afraid of your future, not liking what lies ahead. So that makes you depressed now, going, oh, tomorrow's not going to be any better. And so as soon as I made the decision to come and be an ESL teacher at a high school or a junior high here, I liked my life and I had an energy. I did things that projects I hadn't worked on for a couple of years, and finished them up because now time was precious. I was going to leave in 4 months. I wanted to get these projects done before I left. I didn't expect to stay. That was truly a surprise. I truly came to like China. Many people are afraid of China. The people are amazing, and the stories I have to tell about that, I'll share it bit by bit, but they don't think about the past. They can be upset. Students can, if they fail a test, yes, they can cry for an hour, maybe for a day. But then within a short time, they go, okay, next time I will try my best. And they just go on. I'm an American. I don't know about most Americans, but the ones I know, they hold on to grief and upset and anger for weeks, months, years, a lifetime. Oh my God. I know people that don't talk to their kids or don't talk to their parents because whatever. I'm not one of those parents, but it's been amazing to live amongst a huge population. The numbers are different whoever I ask, so I've heard 12, I've heard 17 million people. But the size, it takes 2 hours to drive by car, so it's about the size of the LA basin. When I arrived 8 years ago, I was usually and often the first foreigner they had ever seen. So I was treated like celebrity. 6 people waiting on me in a restaurant, all standing right next to me, watching me eat, and helping if I should need anything. So sometimes it feels like celebrity, sometimes it feels like monkey at the zoo. And lots of stories about that. But why I'm here is over this time, the students here are under such inordinate pressure. By 3rd grade, they're doing homework till 10:30 at night. If they don't finish the homework, they're given twice as much the next night. So there's no falling behind. And so I've worked with kids of all ages, down to 2 years old, and I've taught even doctors, so I've had lots of ESL experience, but primarily I've worked with teenagers. So I started teaching in the classroom, fast, easy ways. Partly I was just curious. Would what works for me, what works for people in America, would that work on them? It was just an experiment. They were overwhelmingly successful. On the last day of class, I always have them fill out a questionnaire. What did you learn best? What did you like most? And it's these exercises that they remember. Some say that the meditations didn't work in class, but they tried it right before they were to take a big, scary exam. They calmed down and they did much better and felt better. So if you're new to these things, welcome, and just try as an experiment. So as you can see, I have a big joy poster behind me, and I could tell you the 3 hours it took me to make that, I felt great the entire time making it and looking at it, and I wondered if I had spent 3 hours cutting out the word sad, I would feel worse. Just saying the word sad doesn't make me want to smile. So just saying the word joy. And this morning, walking backwards, I had an epiphany. If you were going to make an acronym for the word joy, it's jumping over yonder. It feels such a different place than our everyday normal life. I don't know about you, but so much of my life I have been too busy to be happy. That sounds nuts, right? Well, it is. But the truth is, it happens. If you're a mom, you're a wife, you work full time, if you live in a foreign country, there's so many times and places that we just get too busy in our life that they say stop to smell the roses. Well, how about stop to smile? So that's how these videos are, these things that I tried, that's my cat, got invented or I've used to perk me up, because I am on the other side of the planet. I'm in Zhengzhou, China, and I'm far from family, friends, and there have been lots of moments that were sad, and so it's like, oh, I should be having the time of my life. What can I do right now? And that's what I love about these tips. They're all fast and easy. So, walking backwards. Now, that is really common here in China. You can see people my age, grandparents walking down the streets backwards in parks, and even down busy, crazy streets where they drive on the wrong side of the road, and cars drive on the sidewalks, and yeah, they're kind of like fish or birds. They just going shh, but very rarely do they have accidents. My first day or drive into Zhengzhou, I thought, oh my God, they should all be dead. They have no rules, because they go through red lights and they drive on the wrong side of the road through a red light. And after a few months, I realized, oh my gosh, they have the basic rules, and that is observation and cooperation. Now, all of China is not this way. Beijing, Shanghai, Hong Kong, no. You couldn't. And most other, I've never seen any city like Zhengzhou. But you know what? I've come to love. I have a 3-wheel e-bike, electric bike, and I love going down the wrong side of the road or through a red light. It makes no one angry. You can do it in front of a policeman, and they won't even look at you, and it doesn't cause an accident. There's no road rage. So it's like, wow. I just think, cool, this is so cool. All right. Back to walking backwards. I like best doing it on a track. Why? Because you've got the guidelines of the stripes on the track. It's easy to quickly look and see if there are any people, any sticks or holes. They're usually tracks that are a really safe place to be. Now, why would you ever want to walk backwards? The reason is, as you walk backwards, one, you have to trust. You can't be looking down at the ground. You look down at the ground, or I look down at the ground in China a lot, because there's holes, there's sticks, there are people, and it's necessary. But backwards, you can only look occasionally. Now, some people look the entire time, but that's hard on my neck. So on the track, I can look 100 feet, see that it's all safe. I've got the lines to stay inside the lines, and I can do it. So as you're stepping backwards, your head looks up at the sky. Instead of looking at the ground, you're looking at the sky. That's the biggest thing that the teenagers really were impressed, because I made all of them. I tell you, they'll do anything for a mark. So I have to say, this is the homework. You've got to write what it felt like, walk twice around the track, and write about it. That's this week's homework. They will do it. So the biggest thing they all said is they looked up at the sky, a place they don't normally look. And for us, when you walk backwards, you have to use muscles that you don't normally use walking forward. So you're engaging a whole new set of muscles. And I take longer steps because they're slower, I'm not looking down. And because you're looking up, it opens the chest, so you're getting more oxygen. It's easier to take a big breath. If you're really busy walking forwards, you tend to almost lean forward. And so you're actually making the chest smaller, and it's not getting such a big breath. So walking backwards, again, you're taking steps back. It's opening up the chest. You're using different muscles. It's incredibly good training, to the point that athletes now are doing it. They're doing it as part of their training because it's working different muscles. It's increasing their balance. And as a psychological, it's increasing trust. Some of my braver students actually ran backwards. Now, for them, do you know the hardest thing was looking weird? Because in China, this is what grandparents, people my age or older, 30 and above for sure, are the ones that do it. And that's just normal. But for a teenager to do it, they really had to push outside of their comfort zone. They had to have their friends or older students looking at them going, oh, look at those kids walking backward. Oh. And some of them even fell down. They tripped. Some of them weren't very coordinated. So this increased their coordination. And after they'd walked half a path around, they noticed how much better they already felt. So it became so worthwhile that some of them, even after I said do it for just 2 times around and write about it, they started doing it daily, and they started doing it in groups. And 4 girls locked arms together, walking backwards. Brought me joy just to see that how brave they were to try something new, do it, continue doing it, even when other teenagers were like, you're an old lady. And they did it anyway because they saw how it calmed them down, especially in the evenings when they have to stay awake for evening classes and to study for the next day. Again, I'm in a Sino-Canadian program. Sino means Chinese. So this is a Canadian program out of Nova Scotia. Our students are getting a dual diploma, so one from China and one from Nova Scotia. And so they're doing high school in a second language. So they're all geniuses. Okay, some are higher geniuses, some are lower geniuses, but oh my golly, they work so hard to be able to do that. That I teach 10th grade, and when they start in our program, they're swimming underwater. So much of the English they don't know because it's a second language. They don't know words like post and fence and hedge. Things that we're like, well, that's a first grade word. No, these kids are 15 and never heard it before. So they're willing to try new things. They're under a lot of pressure. This was one of the things that they physically really came to love. And I do it too. Just this last week, I was meeting my husband and friends at McDonald's. Shouldn't tell you that. Anyway, we were to be out of power all day, and McDonald's was the only thing open at 8:30 in the morning, and so we were meeting at McDonald's. I don't usually go to McDonald's, but we were that day. But they were getting there before me, and I thought, I never had walked backwards on the street, and what would that be like? And so there was the curb I could follow, and there also was a railing, and so it was very easy to track going backwards. There were a lot of people. It was earlier in the morning, but I was able to go around, e-bikes parked and people sitting on the curb, and it worked. It was like, oh my God. In 100 feet, I felt so much better than I had before doing it. Why do you feel better? Because it's very new, and it's a little scary. That pumps a little bit of adrenaline into your body. You're outside your comfort zone. And so it's impossible to be thinking about your problems or anything bothering you because you're like, I can do this, right? And you're trusting that the world is going to have a place for your next foot to land because you're not looking directly. And it was just so enlivening that I thought, I'm going to do it another 100 feet. Oh my gosh, I'll do it the next block. And I did it the whole way to McDonald's, and I just arrived pulsating with energy, excitement, joy. So again, these are all fast, easy ways. I invite you to try it. I want to hear from you. If you like this video, do press the like. Do tell me, where are you seeing this video? What country are you in? What city? I'm on the other side of the world. I'd love to know you're here in China. So those are my students that are watching this. Do say hi. I love you all, and I hope this helped. Share it with anyone you think might like it. And again, press the like and make a comment. Take care. Great day. Look for my next video. I do have a website called Joy for Dummies, so you can check out there too. But come back for the next video. Take care. God bless.